What's up, y'all? We're about to get this show started. Matter of fact, we're gonna start this show off with some music. I need to start probably doing all my shows with a little bit of music. This is the Johnny Show. What's up with y'all? How y'all doing this evening? It is a cold night, Thursday night. What y'all doing tonight? What everybody doing tonight? We are in the building. And as you can see, I got my Meta glasses on, my Meta smart glasses. So we're giving a shout out to Meta for hooking me up. We're going to start promoting these, doing some little shots for these glasses because they are hot. It's the latest technology. And I am blessed to have a set. And I love them. I don't even wear glasses, but I wear these smart glasses. I can take pictures with them and video and all that good stuff. And the picture is so clear. It is so freaking clear. So that's what's up. We're on a couple of different platforms. We are on Facebook. We are on Instagram. And we are on YouTube. So make sure you tap it in. We got a very, very good topic to talk about tonight. And it may be a little bit controversial, but I think you'll understand what I'm saying once I get into the topic. But tonight we're talking about, let me kill that for a little bit. Tonight we're talking about just the way things are going with the relationships between black men and black female relationships, and kind of some of the things that are happening like right now in this generation. Somebody had came to me today because I guess it was something going on, and I don't really want to speak a whole lot as far as what was going on because I really don't know a whole lot, but it had to do something with a guy and two guys and a female, and apparently one female fell out of love with one of the guys, and it's causing all types of problems. Then somebody tagged me, it's like, yo, make it do a podcast about that. Do a podcast about that. And I don't want to speak on like situations I don't know about because I don't want to get in trouble. I don't want people mad at me. But I do want to speak as far as like relationships between women and men now, and that guys, we really have to be careful in these days and times. We really have to be careful. And I seen a post, and the guy was talking about don't take women seriously. And I was like, ooh. I was like, let me see what that's all about. Don't take women seriously. Like, what? Like, what is he talking about? And the more I started reading his posts, the more I was like, he make a lot of sense. Because nowadays, a lot of females don't want no man. And we really have to understand that, for whatever reason. And I got a couple of videos to play, and they're going to talk about why they think that might be, why they think it, some reasons may be. But for whatever reason, females don't need no man right now. They feel like they don't need no man, especially ones that are single. So if you're dating someone who considers themselves single, and she wants to remain single because she wants to see other people, you probably are not that high on her agenda right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Times have changed. Females aren't dating just one person anymore. They dating 4 or 5 people, 6 people in some instances. But females are dating a lot of people at the same time anymore. And they playing the game sort of like how we play the game. But the thing about females playing the pimp game is they do it a lot better. They do it a lot better. They do it a lot sneakier than how we used to do it. And guys, the one thing I see about guys and that I know and did from experience is like, we don't take being cheated on us very well. I think that's why you see a lot of like the domestic violence right now. And I'm not just talking about here in Peoria. I'm talking about like all over the country. Because what's happening is guys are finding out the females that they love, that they thought that they were, had a bond with, are actually seeing other people and dating other people, and they're not the only ones anymore. That's hard for a guy to take. Competition is hard for a guy. I think that's like a lot. You see it in the wild, like in Animal Kingdom and things like that. Like guys don't like competition when it comes to their females. Like that's just the nature of the beast. We don't like competition. So to find out like our female, like to find out that we're getting cheated on, it's gonna hurt a guy a lot. I've been in that situation where I got cheated on, and I couldn't take it. I was like, "Yo, this hurt. This shit hurt." But I've cheated on people before. In my past. I'm different now, but I've been cheated on people. I mean, I cheated on people before, so. And I didn't think like that, what I'm saying? I was just kind of doing my thing, like, what I'm saying? Like having fun, like, what I'm saying? It is what it is. But I never sit back and realized like cheating on somebody really can hurt somebody. The person that is then cheated on, you can really hurt them. You know what I'm saying? And now I realize that. So I move a little bit differently now. Not saying that I'm going to be faithful for the rest of my life, but I just move a little bit differently now because I know like the pain of finding out somebody that's cheating on you really hurts. Females have been able, a lot of them, to take it and just kind of deal with it. And even now, they deal with it, but they deal with it in a different way. Like back in the days, they might cry about it, stay up all night, eat snacks, talk to their girlfriends or whatever like that. But now anymore, if a female found out she got cheated on, the next day she in Dubai. The female you just broke up with, and you all hurt and broke up. She in Dubai. You're like, how's she plan book that trip that quick? Females are not tripping over like guys like that no more. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like the game has changed, and that's why I'm doing this podcast, because some guys get really hurt, and you see that. You're starting to see that some guys get really hurt to find out that they are not the only ones, and that's why that's this whole point, is that you have to be careful nowadays, because it's like somebody had came to me today and they told me a story. When I was talking about this story, because when I come up with stories, I kind of shop them around. I talk to people like, how do you feel about this? How do you feel about that? How do you feel about this? And things like that. So I was talking to this guy, and he was telling me that he heard of a story for someone close to him who had a girl that he was dating for 12 years. She said the lady was like, they never had an argument. They mostly got along. Never really got in an argument, no huge argument. It's just one day, her sitting on the couch. She said God came to her and said, "That's not your husband." Just something simple as that. Said God told her while she's sitting on the couch, that is not your husband, and she ended up divorcing him. Females are choosy. Like they tell you that, like rappers have been telling us that for years. Females are choosy. Like they could be with you. You could be the love of their life for a year or two, 3, 4, 5 years. Some people 10, 20 years. If somebody come along and what a lot of times what you see is sometimes like a guy with more money, or that can do something for her that you can't do. So if she's looking for somebody to fulfill a need, if you're not spending a whole lot of time with her, you got in your marriage, you got comfortable, you don't wash the dishes no more, you don't take out the garbage no more, things like that. She'll look for somebody who does things like that, you know what I'm saying, to fulfill where you're missing, fill in the gaps basically. So that's what that's all about. He was talking about don't take women serious. Now I'm gonna read some of the things that he talked about here, and then you guys kind of tell me if he's on the right track. Because some of this I really believe in. He said the downfall of many men was the result of them taking women too serious. The downfall of many men was a result of them taking women too serious. He goes on to say, let me tell you something very important. The greatest risk a man can take in his life is to build his life around a woman. That's cold. I'm going to read that again. Let me tell you something very important. The greatest risk a man could take in his life is to build his life around a. And when I read that, that's not saying like women are not, this being creature and like that. It's not saying that. It's the fact that you building your life around a female. When she gets to a point where she's like, you know what, I don't want this no more. I'm gone. Like with R. Kelly made that song, when a woman fed up, females can kind of get to that point where they're like, you know, I had enough, and I'm not even going to try to make it work out. Like, this is over. I fell out of love with you. I know some people y'all heard that I fell out of love with you, and shit like that. So that's the type of thing you're dealing with some females. I'm not saying every female, but a lot of females. Women should rank 5th in your most decorated priority of life. And this is what they say. It should be yourself. I've always said that. Guys really need to focus on ourselves right now, because things are about to change between the relationship between black men and black women. If it hasn't changed already a lot, it's going to change more, especially after this election. Work on yourself. Peace of mind and happiness. Work on purpose. And make sure you know your purpose. Money for comfort. Make sure you get your money. And then here comes the woman. The woman should be at that point there. So it should be yourself, peace of mind, and happiness. Because you don't have peace of mind and happiness, how you going to have a good relationship anyway? Purpose. What's your purpose? Money and comfort. Money for comfort. You should have money, because if you get a girl, fall in love with you, and she finds somebody with more money, can do more, you're going to lose her. And then here comes the woman. That should be number 5. And then I tell you this, and I lie not. Okay? The problem with most men is that they overestimate women's importance in their life, making them to become very easy to destroy. Don't take women too serious at face value. That is a very good one. You have to, man, I'm telling y'all, I know, look, I just seen too many times people think that we in love, this is my woman, and somebody else is banging the knocking the rocks out your chick. I'm telling you. Just don't take everything so serious at face value. Women are not, now this is one thing that I don't know. I think if you're in a good relationship, women are reliable, but it says women are not reliable and loyal. I think that some women are reliable, but loyal, that is these are his words, not mine. The best you can do is treat them right and not place too much hope or expectations on them. I think all women feel that. They don't want a lot of expectations on them. Just do your thing and make peace with yourself quickly, even before they disappoint you. That's a very good point. And then, don't trust women, but rather trust the ability to manage the disappointment you may have that they might bring to you. Let me read that again. He said, don't trust women, but rather trust in your ability to manage the disappointment they may bring you. Be wise. Only do for a woman what you can let go. So those, I mean, a lot of that stuff, like, I agree with, because I know, like, in certain relationships, like, I give my all, I go head first, like, man, this is the love of my life. We in love, you give your all, and then when that time comes where she's like, I don't want to be here, or I like somebody else, or I chose somebody else, then you ass out. So all he's saying is just like, make sure that you really take care of yourself, build yourself up, and then try to be there for a female, because some females require a lot, you know, and you have to be able to provide and do things for females. So make sure that you definitely have all those things ready to go. So here's a video I want to play for y'all. And take a listen. And I want y'all to tell me if y'all think this, if there's any points to this, if you agree with anything.
Welcome back to the channel. So I am back with another reaction video. Now this one comes from 8 at the Table. Make sure you guys check them out if you have not. Comment, like, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit that notification bell. Y'all know what it is. And without any other further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Here we go.
I believe this. So
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? You give me your perspective.
Oh yeah, I have one.
Do you feel as if the men, all men, I'm not even gonna give it to black and white, but let's just say all men for now.
Let's talk black men. I don't.
Right.
For me, like, even with my tour, what I'm doing, right? Like, by this time next year, I'm giving out reparations. I'm doing a lot in my community, right? And for black people, I don't care. But I'm talking about black people. My whole message point is for us. Now, when you talk about slavery, right? We talk about systemic
Listen
racism.
to this.
We talk about the Willie Lynch letter, right? We talk about, the black man. The black man is God, right? We talk about, the greatest soldier in a white man's army being a black woman. and the black woman being the pawn. And then they figured out early on through slavery that because they would us, right? But they figured out if we get the black woman, or we get the whole joint.
Oh, and let me just say something right there. He is not telling a lie there. And a lot of people, we speak on it now. You know, if you can get the black women to go against the black man, then you're winning. You don't need them to perpetuate a cycle. The women can do it for them. So they don't really need anybody else to do it. You recruited the black women and made them hate their black men and go against them. It's entrenched. And that's what we see. We see so many women have a disdain toward black men because they don't speak about them in a positive way. It's everything negative. So, you know, and then they move a certain way and they act accordingly when it comes to black men. You don't need white supremacy if you use the black women to do the job for them. But let's continue.
Okay. So,
Wow.
You know why? Go ahead. I want you to explain why, because I think it needs.
But I get to that, but I want to finish the messaging point, right? I like to keep it cohesive for myself. I might forget a lot of information here. So, what they did was they made the black woman hyper masculine, right? And they made you and me as we're studs. We're gonna be in the field. We're handy, right? And I think, and I'm trying to kind of connect it all because he made a valid point, right? The government empowered black women to strategically move the position of power from the black man.
Remove the power from the black man.
Right?
Yeah.
So now the black woman in that instance becomes drunk off this power, and then she has a disdain for the black man. And then it becomes perpetuated over generations. So with slavery, what they did was they take us, they call it buck breaking. They'd bang us, cut our balls off in front of the black woman. And then before the black man, they'll make the black, after they did him dusty, they'll chain him up, right? Look, they'll chain him up, right? They'll chain him up, beat him within an inch of his life, and then unchain him, and then do that to the woman. And then the woman is looking at the man like, come save me. But mentally, he doesn't even have no fight in him. So now she doesn't even have no respect for you.
Oh, child, baby. Listen, he's actually speaking some real truth here. And it's sort of how
What do y'all think
black
about
women
that?
get black men to this day. You don't have no respect for them. Look at them as if they're not worth anything. A lot of these women have so much praise and admiration for any other race of man except their own. And so it makes sense. It kind of goes all the way back to slavery, what he's talking about, of how and why the women have this negative appeal towards their own men. And it makes sense. It's not something that just happened overnight. This is something that's been set up. Let's continue.
Fast forward to this generation, black women don't respect black men at all. And when you understand that, and it's a lot, so I'm trying to make it like simple, right? Because a lot of people, they respond emotionally and not intellectually. And there's no empathy for black men. There's no sympathy for black men. You don't even love black men. You don't even know who we are. You don't give a about us. Pay my bills, eat my ass, and that's it.
Wow.
Okay.
That's crazy.
It's important that black men understand what was done to us and why it was done to us. It's also important that black women understand their position in systematic racism and how they're being utilized to destroy their whole family and their whole community and whole generation.
Yeah, I think that's very important as well, because that is exactly what's happening. And I don't think that a lot of black women realize how they're being used in that way. They don't realize it. They just think that, oh, black men are just dusty, they lazy, they don't want to do this. That narrative of black men being lazy and just don't want to work has been perpetuated for years. And I'm not saying that there aren't any black men who aren't deadbeats and who just don't take care of kids. Yeah, there are a lot of them out there, but that's not every black man. But that's the narrative that's been pushed out there. Regardless, you know, they didn't say some. They made it seem like this is what black men do, and so women have eaten that up and they've swallowed it whole, and they really just want to believe that, and they align themselves with men. Certain types of men, what we would call Pookies and Ray Rays, who really didn't have much going on with themselves, because that's the type of men that they were attracted to. And they just believe that that's the narrative for all men, when it's just those men that you chose to make babies with or chose to have relationships with. But that's not the other group of men who are productive, taking care of their kids, who are married, who are doing well with their families. Those men are being thrown into the entire,
Wow.
you know what I mean? Just thrown in with the others. And so, but there was never a narrative of, oh, this is black men, this is just what they do. And black women have just taken that, and now they're saying it. Now they're the ones who are saying black men ain't this, and they're just dusties, and they're all just this, and they're all just that bad. And now they're just pushing it, and they're pushing it hard. And at the same time, they're not looking at how this is going to negatively affect them if they believe it. And then they start to live accordingly and thinking that, oh, we have to separate ourselves from black men, and we got to be by ourselves. That's not gonna benefit you in the long run. It's gonna keep us, black men and black women separated, and it's gonna cause more harm to the black woman, because women don't realize how vulnerable they are, and how even more vulnerable they will be if they don't have black men on their side. Let's continue.
Now, a black man's role is to be the protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer, and leader. I'm a man,
Producer.
Protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer.
Producer.
You have your opinion, I have mine.
You're right. I'm just giving it. And producer.
Right. I got you. You have what you want to put in, right? And so I'm saying protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer, right? Protector, provider, maintainer, sustainer. A woman's role is wisdom and balance.
She don't like what he's saying.
Now, the black man gets his provision. He gets his provision, right, from God. And what happens is there's a vibration. It's a lot, so I'm trying to make it simple, right? So how you think creates how you feel. How you feel becomes an emotion. That emotion becomes a vibration. That vibration becomes a magnet that attracts things to you. So when you're around an alpha,
he was speaking right to her because she seemed to get a little agitated by what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
As if she don't agree with it, but she seems like she got a problem with what he's saying, and he's speaking right to her. A lot of times women when they don't like something, it shows in the way they move, their emotions, how they act, how they face turns around and looking around like like they don't agree with what you're saying. Yeah, he was definitely speaking to her. But let's continue.
That energy, that frequency, right? It can throw some shit off.
Yeah.
Because you're conditioned not to even be around that. Mm-hmm. And then you become sensitized, not desensitized. You're very sensitive to that energy. And then now you don't know how to read that energy. You think he's narcissistic. You think, no, he's where he needs to be to take his place.
Oh, child, yes, Lord. And that is so true. Tell the truth and shame the devil, because it's the truth. And a lot of women know it. That's why they get in their feelings about it, because you don't really want to hear what a man has to say. And if you have a man who's stern in his beliefs, and he's in his masculine energy, and he's not accepting what you're saying, and he's just gonna speak his truth and do what he's gonna do, a lot of women are, they feel some kind of way behind it, because you want to be the dominant one to get your points across, and you don't want to really hear what he has to say. And women do it all the time. You don't want to hear what the man has to say. You want to overtalk. You want to be the one talking all the time, and you don't want to hear what he has to say because you really don't value what he's saying. That's why you think that what you have to say and what you have to offer is more important than what he's saying. That's really what it is. And anytime they have something to say, you're ready to discredit them and demean them and put them down as if they don't know what they're talking about. And a lot of times these women talk a whole bunch and then don't really be saying nothing. You talk a whole lot and you ain't really saying nothing. Let's continue.
So I feel like black men need to disregard how black women feel about our masculinity and be more self-contained. I don't need you. I don't need your money. I don't need none of that. I'm not sleeping on your couch. Don't give me no keys. I'm gonna get my own. I'm gonna go to God. And when you don't want to fit my program, bye. Go.
Thank you.
You're not needed. You're dangerous. I don't want to bear seed with you. I don't want to sleep with you. I don't want to be your friend. I'm staying away from you. And there's a lot of black women that get it, and they love the masculinity that we project. Black men, we project energy. Women receive energy. You see? So now, for the black women who are confused, right? A woman has to lead with 3 phases of love. The first phase of love is informative, right? So she's informing that black man of who he is. She's informing that black man that, yo, look, you get your provision. You're going to be the provider. You're going to be the head of this household, even if she's Oprah and he's broke. She's going to uplift him through the information. That's the first phase. The second phase is unconditional love. Unconditional. She's loving and she's loving, she's loving, she's loving. Then the last phase of love is tough love, accountability. The problem is a lot of our women are conditioned to lead with the accountability first, and they don't set the table with informative love and unconditional love. See?
Comes off as disrespect and combative.
All the time.
Yeah.
But again, this is why black men need to be in tune with self. And when that woman is argumentative and she want to talk and every 5 minutes she want to get a word in and she just can't shut the fuck up, let her go. Don't beat on her. Don't catch no cases. Let her go.
Let me tell you something. He's speaking. This is some of the best information that I've come across so far. As men, y'all don't have to deal with these types of women. These women have attitudes and they want to talk and they want to be in their masculine energy and they feel like they know what they're talking about and what you're saying don't mean anything. You don't have to deal with that because some of these women are very combative. They're very combative and there's no changing them. You know what I'm saying? There's no getting them together. So you be better off just leaving them alone. But let's listen to a little bit more of this.
Like literally let her go.
Yeah.
And you vet her with your frequency. You vet her with your vibration. I walk in some rooms and I get around certain black women and I start talking. They can't stand me. Good.
Goodbye.
Good. Bye.
Why is that they can't stand you?
Because I just told you, a lot of black women are not used to a black man that has confidence. A lot of black women are not used to a black man who...
Wait. I just want to clarify. You saying that black women can't stand you because of your confidence?
1,000,000%. A lot of them.
I think it's
because hold on, because I'm a op, I'm a blood, I'm a fuck boy.
Wait,
I'm a trick.
Who are saying these things?
We're saying what I'm. You got to understand it's for the camera. I got you, but I'm saying it right. So you maybe you understand later, maybe you won't. It's okay.
Well,
No,
just hold on one second.
Yeah.
I'm asking questions because we have an audience.
No, for sure.
And I want our audience to understand what you're saying.
They do understand.
No, it's cool. I know my audience. So what I'm saying is that I just want you to kind of be responsive when I'm asking you so that we can have clarity when we...
I think we have clarity. I think the people watching understood what he was saying. And y'all let me know if y'all understood what he was saying right off the bat. That's how black women associate black men. You don't look at them as a prize or something special. You look at them as like he explained. We understood that pretty well. So there was no clarity needed. We understood where he was coming from. Most people, I'm pretty sure, understood. Y'all let me know if y'all understood where he was coming from. Let's continue.
The clips that make sense. I mean, I do this all the time. So I'm a op.
Okay, sir.
I'm a blood. I'm a crip. I'm a scammer. I'm a jack boy. I'm a rat. I'm everything but a god.
Everything but a man.
And then they use music, right? They use crack in the 80s to break down black communities. Now they're using music, right, as a way to break down the communities. Every time you turn on a song, eat my butthole is brown. All this, right? Everywhere you turn, it's
crazy. Black
men are the only race of man that gets publicly disrespected by their women.
Consistently.
Ooh, child, say that again. I mean, we talked about this before. It is absolutely 100% the truth. That happens all the time. We talk about it all the time. Other people and other race people have their issues or whatever is going on with their relationships and their culture and their community, but they do not put it on blast like our women do towards their own men. So, I mean, that's absolutely the truth. I mean, there's no lies detected. No lies detected, baby. Let's continue.
So now, when you come around as a black man and you know who you are, and you know you're the leader, you know I'm a god. She's a goddess. I'm a god, though. I'm the original man. I'm not here to tell you who I am. I'm him.
Treated accordingly.
And if you don't understand, it's not for you. It's not to be understood. And a lot of times, black men, masculinity is application, not advocation.
With everything that you believe, do you think that we have to re-educate the black woman?
Hell no. Absolutely not. Listen, Noah's Ark, the ramp is up. And it's gonna rain, and a lot of sisters are gonna drown. Bye. Let me tell you something. I just told you in the beginning. Look, the greatest soldier in the white man's army is the black woman.
Dang, listen, I ain't gonna lie, he was cooking. I mean, no lies detected. He's telling the truth. And it's unfortunate that a lot of our women just won't get it. They don't see it. That lady sitting next to him is looking like she can't stand his guts. And he spoke about it. He said how when he walk into a room, because he's confident, these women don't like that. And when he start talking, they don't like that. You want somebody that you can one up. That's somebody that you can, son. Somebody that you can feel higher than. Somebody that you can feel like you're better than. You can't stand a confident man. It makes you feel irrelevant. It makes you feel small. It makes you feel like you ain't really all of that in 10 bags of chips. We got to do better once again. And I think women need to focus on what's real. But you got to understand where all this comes from and how you're being used as pawns to separate you from.
Is she telling the truth, y'all? Do y'all agree with what she's saying? Because a lot of this stuff I'm just hearing for the first time, and it is kind of blowing my mind. But let's just let's finish listening to what she says.
Your men, so that when you really need them, they're so separated and so used to being separated that you're going to be left all to your own devices. So if we have a bunch of educated women out here, y'all better stay educated. You better build that money up and really, really have it, because you're going to need it. If you don't have the black man to be there to be supportive, you're going to need every bit of them coins that you say you have. So listen, definitely chime in the comments and let me know your thoughts on this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
That's what's up. Yo, they made a lot of good sense. But that's just what we're talking about right now. Like, we have to stop thinking like we can't be cheated on. We gotta stop thinking that times have changed. That's all I'm saying, y'all. Times have changed. You gotta know what's going on with us, and then like our black women and how they feel about us. That's the whole point of doing this. So some people can kind of see like things are changing, in the way that black women feel about us are kind of changing, and you kind of see it every day in songs, and this is kind of the way they treat us and stuff like that. Pay real close attention to this next video I'm going to play about this older black woman. I know she's a little bit older, but some of the things she say and some of the way that she's talking to black women, this is how a grandma or elder would talk to black women, and this is what they're teaching them right now. So you, as a guy, you need to pay attention and understand what's being taught to black women right now. This is going to be a real eye-opener.
Welcome back. This is Miss Faye, and this is my world. Today's topic is, why are so many black women single? Why? Why are so many beautiful black women single? Before we get started, I want to say welcome. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to all the new viewers, the new subscribers, and welcome to you who have been with me from the beginning. I really appreciate you. Now, let's dive into this topic. Many of us black women find ourselves single because there's a shortage of available black men. Number one, we'll go with that. Where are our black men? Half of them are in prison, jail or prison, you see, and that is by design of the system. After slavery, the system didn't know what to do with black people. They really didn't. So they designed a system to incarcerate half of them. The prison system is filled with black men, ladies. So half of your men are there. Maybe the other half decide they want to be gay. They want to like men. All right? So where does that leave you? Your pool is very small. Very small. Now, out of the very small pool of black men that are, let's say, available to women, half of that pool of available men prefer women of other races. They don't want a black woman. They want a woman from another race. All right, so now the pool is even smaller. It's just a very small pool. And in this pool that is left, what you got? You got the psychopaths, the sociopaths, the narcissists, the non-committal men, and a very tiny, tiny piece of good men. But you got a whole pool of black women. What's to do? Now, many black women who are not single have decided to date men of other races and marry them. But still, there's a whole slew of black women who are left to be single. And that's why I encourage you to work on yourself. It's not a lot of choices out here. Build up yourself. Love yourself. Create a foundation for yourself more attractive to men of any race. Ladies, you don't have to be tied in to just date men of your race. Now, I know
Yeah, I
that
see where this is going, don't you?
it probably is a preference
Wow.
to date someone of your own race. But if nobody is available of your own race and someone else from a different race approaches you, be open. Ladies, be open. Number one, because
Wow.
men
Y'all hear this,
from
right?
other races have not suffered what the black man has suffered. I was about to say here in America, but the black man has suffered no matter where he is. Period. From oppression by the mere fact the color of his skin. He's been oppressed. Now, black women have been portrayed as whores, loose. Nobody wants to marry a whore. You understand? And black women have also been portrayed as being bitter, very bitter black women, bitter and aggressive. Now, let's say something about that. All right? Since slavery, black men have been destroyed. Since slavery.
Who just said that?
All right? Now, the black woman, here she is left on her own to survive and take care of her children on her own because the system has destroyed the man, has taken away all his power. He can't find work. Many of them
Wow.
already have records, have criminal records, only because they have tried to survive in the system. So they have a criminal record. The system stamped them. All right. It's not good. It's almost like the system has decided to eliminate the black population.
Wow, that's what they're
And the way
saying.
that they've decided to do that is to destroy the man. They destroy the man. The woman, where is she? Many black women are left alone, raising their children all alone because their men have been taken away. Taken away. It's nothing wrong with you, black women. You are beautiful. You are as beautiful as any other woman in the world. There's nothing wrong with you. Black women have been portrayed as being bitter. Well, you know what? You really have a reason to be bitter if you're bitter.
Wow.
A lot of things have happened to you. A lot of things. Your livelihood has been taken away. It's hard for you to even make a living. Many times you have children by yourself, no man to help you out, because because the pressures of society are making the men more feminine. Feminine. So they are looking to be taken care of, not real men to take care of their families. See, the black man has been broken down. He's continually trying to find himself.
Wow.
He is. He's continually trying to find himself. And as he does that and helps younger men to understand their power and who they really are in this world, then they can become more upstanding men and value their women. See, many black men don't value their women. During the times of slavery, women were taught that they cannot trust their men to protect them because the system has taken the power away from the man to be a protector or a good provider. The system has done that. The system is continually trying to destroy the black man. Now, brown men, they still have their culture. So it's different, you see. They still have their culture, so they embrace their women and their families and all of that. But for the black men, your culture is destroyed. You don't even know where your culture is. Half of us don't even know where we came from. You know, they tell us that we came from Africa, but is that true? We could have been born right here on this land. You don't know, people. Black people have been dispersed all over the continent. And we really don't know where our origin is. Some people say our origin is in Israel. Some people say our origin is in Africa. Some people say our origin is right here in America. We don't really know. All we know is what the system has taught us.
So we're gonna leave that right there. It's just not looking good, y'all. Like hearing what they say and just seeing and living it life day to day for our relationship with black females and black males. It's just bad. And then after this election, we talked about that before and how things are getting bad and we're getting more separated as a people. Yeah, I don't know what needs to be done. I just really don't. All I do is report it. So I'm gonna be out of here. My name is Johnny. Thank y'all for watching Johnny Live. We out.